Okay, so be honest now. How many of you, after watching that video, are thinking, wow, I wish I had a professor like that who dresses cool, talks about really exciting things like comic books, and has a neat little clicker to go through PowerPoint slides? Unfortunately, you're stuck with me, but that's okay. I want to give you some instruction on your final discussion forum assignment of the summer. This is probably going to be the most complex and most difficult of the discussion forum assignments, and I thought it would be easier for me to talk to you about it rather than trying to put it into writing. I want to call attention to one of the things that Michael Chaney did. Actually, before I do that, let me say, if you found yourself a little bit lost in parts of his presentation, that's okay. I did too. He's presenting difficult material, and it's pretty complex, and sometimes I had a little bit of trouble making sense of it. One thing I want you to really pay attention to, though, is his technique in analyzing a graphic novel. I think you probably should remember that in that video clip, I think he only showed about 6 pages of graphic novels. And yet Chaney was able to make a good deal of meaning out of each of the graphic novels he talked about based on that one particular scene. And that's something that I want you to emulate in this final discussion forum. So here's your assignment. I want you to summarize one key idea from Michael Chaney's talk that helps us to better make sense of graphic novels. You can feel free to provide a direct quotation from him, but then I want you to follow that up with your own words explaining what that means to you. Then I want you to choose a particular scene from Mouse 1 or Mouse 2 that you think helps us to understand something about the idea of systemic evil and or about the individual's sense of agency when faced with that kind of evil. You may need to go back and review the short little video on agency. What I want you to do is to find that one particular scene and then either scan it or photograph it and upload it to the discussion forum so that we all can see exactly what you're going to be writing about. Then, this is the third thing, I want you to apply Chaney's idea and offer a reading of the scene that explains your idea about how this particular scene helps us to understand something about systemic evil. And then finally, I want you to respond to the work of at least 2 of your classmates. So 4 things with this assignment. 1, summarize one key idea of Chaney's. 2 is to find your scene from Mouse that helps us to understand something about the idea of systemic evil. And then photograph or scan it and upload it. And by the way, if you can't figure out how to do that, feel free to email me and tell me what page in the book to scan, and I will do that for you and then send it back to you. Third, apply Chaney's idea in order to offer a reading of the scene. And then fourth, respond to at least 2 of your classmates. This is a tough assignment. I hope by this point in the summer you understand that you're being evaluated here on how much effort you're putting into it and how you're grappling with the material. If you end up not having perfect answers for everything on this, that's perfectly okay. It's a complex assignment. Mouse is a complex book. But I hope that this will foster some really good and interesting discussion about the idea of systemic evil. I look forward to seeing what you're going to do with this.